If money didn't exist, how would you gauge your value?
With anything when you're trying to live authentically, like your mistakes seem to validate the inauthenticity you're afraid that you have.
Because if you a terrible person, broke, you get money, it's gonna amplify that.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the Legin Podcast, Season 4, Episode 1. You made it, man.
We back, baby.
We back, baby. We
Yeah,
back.
man.
Back like we never left. And if you weren't here, we ain't go nowhere. But we're glad you're here now. You know what I mean?
Good to have you.
Listen, if you weren't here, man, I'm your host, Legin. This is my podcast. Thanks for being here. My name, Nigel Backwards. God turned my life around. To my left, the new illustrious co-host,
Hey.
JB Harrison. Make some noise for yourself.
What up?
That's the noise he made.
That's
the
it,
noise. That's the
yeah.
noise.
That's
To my right, par excellence, Trevor Lucas.
Tis I.
Now I'm in our studio.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it is, man. So we appreciate you being here, man. This podcast, we just dive into culture, dive into faith, changing lives one episode at a time. So we hope you love our take on culture, society, relationships, God, and we hope it inspires you, makes your life better. That's why we're here. And go check out all the other episodes and all that stuff. Big shout out to our sponsors, Chick-fil-A, Broad Creek Crossing in Norfolk, Virginia, right off Military Highway. Go check my folks out. So, had a quick question for my fellas. If this is your first time here, or if you've been tracking with us, we need some updates. JB, tell me something. Get off the phone, man.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
Stop, man. Stop. Check out a lot of business.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Get off with
Hold on.
what the young folks say, Twitter.
Twitter. The Twitter.
What's going on? Give me something you like.
Oh,
What's
man.
good? What's happening?
Life is lifing. I put it that way. What you said?
You said lifing. You said the whole
Life, and it's all the same. So 6 years anniversary. My wife, we've been married 6 years. So to celebrate that, we made it through.
Yeah.
Not to say it's easy, but it's because of me. Baby, it's all because of me. But we making it work. Kids is good. Dogs are good. What you said?
T not here to correct that.
Life is good. Dogs is good. Family's good. We working. Got a couple things in the works. I'll let y'all know that later. But I'm good, man.
That's good, man.
Yes,
Dog
sir.
still peeing in the kitchen?
Not as much.
Hey, praise the Lord.
Yeah. She's gotten better. Her bladder control.
She get excited. I reached down to scratch and I was like, why is it wet? And she
Just let it go, bro. Can't control.
You got certain places you like to pee. You know what I mean?
For her, it's anywhere. Anywhere, especially when you got visitors.
Got you.
That's what's up. Lou, what's happening with you? What's new?
Man, work, bro. Pain. You know what I mean?
You've been tearing the city up, bro.
It's been good. I will not complain. Though sometimes you want to, you know what I'm saying? Because you're getting older, your knees hurt. But nah, man.
Every conversation ain't about this man.
Bro, let me tell you, I got holes in my pants because my knees exploded. I didn't buy these like this. But anyway, yeah, man, the artwork's going well. Family's doing good. Just a lot of nice things going on, brother. He's expanding my territory, and I'm thankful. That's it. Just trying to find a balance in time.
Yeah, man.
So y'all lucky y'all got me all day today.
I know, man. Like, we blocked this out a month ago because your schedule crazy.
It got crazy.
Listen, like we free. We ain't nothing to do with you.
Nah, you got plenty.
Man, whatever. I ain't doing that.
What happened with you, man?
Man, so I mean, life is good, man. Me and Tia come up on 18 years this June, bro.
Gee.
Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? 18 years. And
Bro, I didn't even know you was 18. Wild.
Hey, don't say that like that. Don't make it sound that
Stop the
unbelievable,
cap.
guys. Stop it. But that's good, man. I got this fall, I got a 9th and 6th grader, so we all out of elementary school stage. It's
Crazy.
crazy.
That's
So
good, man.
we round and we finish in the second lap, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, just drop the EP. God is Iconic is out. It's doing
Joint
well.
dope too,
You know?
though.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. It's out. Numbers are good. I think it's the best project I ever dropped. It's like numbers doing good.
Oh,
Yeah, y'all get that God is Iconic,
Gotcha.
man.
Yeah, man, it's going
all
going great.
platforms.
And yeah, man, and then get a hoodie so I can make some money because I ain't getting on no streaming. But
So that's a whole nother conversation.
that's a whole pocket. But that's good. And then I got ordained. You know, I'm getting ordained. Ordinated. You know what I'm saying?
So is it gonna be Reverend?
Nah.
The good Reverend
Reverend
Doctor?
Nah, man.
Reverend Dr. Legin.
Yeah. What we talking about?
Two different things you got to get.
Goodness.
I know pastors just be adding that in,
They
but
do
it's like
that.
two different things you got to do.
Prophet
Doctor.
Doctor.
I'll be like, bro, they ain't that many degrees. in the
Colonel,
world.
Doctor, Reverend.
Colonel. Nah, man, we was gonna go with your eminence, but I mean, we're gonna let people decide.
All right.
Do what they gotta do.
Man, Rev Kev ain't going for all that, man.
I mean, mean, after I get it, he can't tell me what to do no more.
Yeah,
So I don't care.
got
What
it
he say.
now.
Yeah, I got it now. Like, I'm about to wild out. I've been waiting for this moment.
Oh,
Nigga,
man.
do a coup at the church. Take me down over.
Gee.
But I'm getting ordained like not as a pastor at my local church, which is a unique setup. So I'm not getting ordained at my church. So I won't be a pastor at Crossroads. So I'm getting ordained in the pastorate to Christian ministry.
Free agent.
That's it. That's it. Free agent.
Free agent pastor.
Oh yeah, right. Well, who got the best signing bonus? There you go.
That's it.
But nah, it's just continuing, right? It's just really like what I've already been doing. So it's just an acknowledgement of what
Making
I've
it
been
official.
Yeah, man, just acknowledge
good
that.
stuff, bro.
I mean, like, and if I want to do a wedding or whatever, I can. But like, I don't really want to do weddings, so that's not really why I'm doing it. I'm doing the work already anyway.
Yeah.
And it was just my church step in saying we see and acknowledge and want to do that. And I was always nervous about going and getting an ordination because I care about being in spaces. We talk about this a lot, in spaces with de-churched. I left church. I'm done with that. Or unchurched. Like, I don't even know what it is. I don't care. I'm doing my own thing. And I didn't want a title to
mess that up.
Yeah, to be intimidating or to feel like people can't be themselves around me.
Yeah.
Because we all on the path to change. So like,
Yep.
I'm not coming in here like I made it. I'm coming here like, yo, bro, I'm changing too. So
Have you ran into that though when people find out you are?
I mean, very rarely, bro. Like, very rarely when people find out that I'm in ministry or whatever, but like, by the time they find out, like, I don't lead with that.
They know who you are.
Yeah, so I already know, like, I'm not coming here tripping. I wasn't judging you beforehand. I'm not judging you after the fact. So like,
That's all gonna change when you put that collar on.
I mean, you're not wrong.
When he put that collar on,
Not
that
wrong.
all
Everybody
changes.
gets butte dance
Yes,
going.
sir.
Hey, look, I ain't even gonna talk the same. I'm gonna start hooping for no reason. But I'm being McDonald. Let me get number 3. So add some extra fries.
Yeah, don't do it.
Don't
man.
forget.
Please don't do
Don't
it.
you do it.
Just for fun, just to mess things up. But that was my fear, man. Like I don't got time for all that.
Right.
I don't like all that. It's irritating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up culturally, you go black church, whatever. I grew up culturally some of that. And if somebody's heart is fine, I don't care about how they do that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It's just not me. So I was really nervous about coming across inauthentic.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Bro.
so
I
it's
agree
just-
with that.
Yeah. So, but that was my holdup. But I mean, overwhelmingly, I've seen people like excited about it. People who don't even care nothing about church or Jesus, like, bro, I'm proud of you. Good job. I'm pulling up to celebrate with you. Like it's just so. And then I was in certain rooms like writing music, and it with people who like that's not what we're there for, like ministry stuff.
Yeah.
And they found out. And then they start pulling me to the side to talk about stuff, ask questions about life, and like, how can I trust the scriptures? And like, and you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is great. So like, it wasn't a hang up that I thought it could be, because I've seen some people twist it and make it a hang up for themselves.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I've seen people like, bro, we in the same faith, and I don't want to hang out with you. Like I've seen that, and
It was like power tripping kind
power tripping or acting a certain way or posture yourself, whatever. Like I'm super for holiness. Like if you're gonna live it, live it.
Absolutely.
Like don't be so real that you.
But don't be so heavenly bound you ain't no earthly good.
Right. And don't be so earthly good, heavenly. So like I'm just I think that was a part of it. I didn't want to be ineffective in the place I felt called to be.
Absolutely.
Which is more in the culture than in a local church, for example.
I agree with that.
But now like a lot of those fears are assuaged. I was like, man, let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? So
But I think the difference is it didn't change you. You're still the same person.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the issues. A lot of times people think that you got to change in order to hold that position. Well, at the end of the day, if you're living the way you're supposed to live
Absolutely.
and doing what you're supposed to do, then there's not really a change.
It's really supposed to be a lifestyle, not just a position. You know what I'm saying? I think the reason why you get ordained and they got you in that position because they know you can be trusted in that position.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be over people and not necessarily just to shepherd people, guide people in the right direction.
Good counsel.
Good counsel. But at the end of the day, I think the greatest gospel preacher is the one lived. So if we're out here and we're following Jesus and he is basically my guide, why would I change up?
Right.
No matter what title you put on me, I'm going to always be following Jesus and his direction. So
yeah, without this, I'm still doing
I'm
work.
still doing
Right,
it.
yeah.
Right.
But you are hesitant to do that as well, right?
Still hesitant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk about it.
Well, I grew up, my childhood was crazy, first of all. But when it comes to the things of the church, I always have been, my family was in the church.
Yeah.
My grandfather was a preacher. My uncle was a preacher. Come to find out, my father, my biological father, come from a line of ministers. I just found that out last year.
Wow.
So I guess it's in my blood. So everybody kind of expected, oh, you're gonna be a preacher. You're gonna do this. But for me, I kind of backed away from that because of, I guess, kind of what you were saying, just the fact that some people treat you a little different when they feel like you're in that position, or they expect certain things of you that you may not even think you're ready for.
Right.
Like, I know that there's a calling on my life, but sometimes I don't know if I'm prepared to live it out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
So I don't want to hop in that seat of pastorship or leadership in the church if I'm not carrying it the right way.
Right.
But at the same time, I know we all gonna be human beings, but I don't know, man. I've struggled with being worthy of that position.
Yeah.
So I feel more comfortable living my life and representing Christ amongst, the people, just being me, regular me.
Right.
I call myself a secret agent. Like, some people may not feel like, I'm gonna be this churchy guy, but I'm a follower of Christ.
Yeah.
And when you sit down and talk with me, we're gonna talk about everything, but you always know what my source is.
Yeah. When we had the live event, man, like, you took the opportunity more than any of us to go in and say, look, this is what the gospel is. Yeah. And I was like, you went for that. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. Like, there was no secret agent.
I didn't even think, I guess I don't think about it. It's the lifestyle.
Point. That's the point.
Right.
But some hang up in my head makes me feel like if I get in this position, things are gonna change.
But it's because it's how much we all love the Lord here. We all love the gospel here. We all love the church here. And at the same token, we understand the critiques and the things that push people away by how we've seen people carry.
Absolutely.
So we've all seen that. And we all like, I don't ever in my life want to be affiliated with y'all. Right. But I'm good. But some people take that and say, I don't want to be a part of church. Like, I can't do that. Like, Jesus was really clear about it.
Absolutely.
But like, I'm just like, I don't want to be a part of any of the fakeness, the weirdness, like a lot of these TikTok clips and stuff.
That's a black eye to the church, man. Every time you find out, this guy that's been holding himself up as Mr. Perfect, and he's human. And I think that's the thing. That's the reason why people appreciate you, because even in your ministry, they know you're a human being.
Yeah, they know you ain't perfect.
They know. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Do not zoom in on his face.
Yeah, because he held it for
edit that out, bro. He ain't blink.
Nah, but I think that is kind of what the world, it's almost like the world waits to find holes in your armor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For good reason.
And for good, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Sometimes I used to have an issue even staying at events too long, because even though I'm not a preacher, for some odd reason, people kind of carry me in that, I don't know, they kind of, don't you do that?
Yeah.
No, they kind of, people stop cussing around, you got something. Don't you do it.
You saying, I'm just listening.
I'm just saying, some people may not cuss around and be like, bro, my bad, when they curse and stuff like, I noticed that. But either rate,
it's the beard.
I feel like people watch me really close to see if this guy is who he says he is.
Right.
And sometimes it makes me uncomfortable, so I don't stay out too long.
Right.
Because honestly, I feel like they may find something. I don't know what it is, but it may not be nothing, but they may find something.
It could be a past, man, because
you
just got all that stuff back there that you're, right, wrong, or indifferent, running from. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And sometimes we run it so hard, we don't pause enough to celebrate who we've become in the process.
That's good.
We're miles away from what we've been through and who we were because we intentionally ran the other direction.
Yeah.
And ran after God in the process. And like, if you just keep running with that fear, you think it's right behind you, man. You can't even see it no more.
That's true.
So being able to, I think that's why, man, it was so important to celebrate, because like I don't do a good job of like stopping and celebrating all the stuff God has done.
Yeah.
And all the milestones I've achieved. I just don't. I work hard. I do 9 of the 10 commandments real well, but Sabbath and pausing, and I don't do that with it.
So like with that too.
But like when you do that and sit back and you look back, like I always feel like I'm not the dad. I wanted to be this ideal father for my kids, and I just always feel like I'm missing the mark.
Yeah.
But like when I really sit back and chill, I'm like, yo, I'm killing it out here. Like I'm doing a really good job. Right. Yeah. But like I spend most of my time feeling like I'm not.
Yeah.
And beating myself up for
not
what
feeling
I didn't
worthy.
do. So you can do that with ministry, like with anything when you're trying to live authentically. Like your mistakes seem to validate the inauthenticity you're afraid that you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
a lot of times you magnify your mistakes more so than anything else.
All the time.
You have a tendency to magnify it, and sometimes to the point where you beat yourself up.
Yeah.
And even when it comes to the ministry piece,
Yeah.
you know, with me, it's always been a thing of, one, I never wanted to be like that dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just, that ain't me. And so for me, it was, I called it Christian identity. You know what I mean? And so for a long time, I've had an issue with that. Even when it came to, I never wanted nobody to call me a minister. Like, whatever I do, I'm doing it because, one, I know it's something I should do, but I never want a title.
Yeah.
I've never really wanted a title.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to a young brother about things he needs to get done and how to get his life, you know, in order or whatever, then I'm having that conversation because, one, I care, but not because, and it has nothing to do with a title that I hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's always been a thing about, one, and I ain't never fit in anyway. Like, I never fit in. And a lot of times it's because I made sure that I didn't fit in. I didn't want to fit in.
Yeah.
But that whole title thing for me has always been, I just never wanted it.
Yeah.
And even, it's a thing that even if you don't want it, it doesn't mean that that's not what you should be.
That's a fact, man.
But that's the piece though, man. Like there's a movie called The Two Popes, right? And it's Anthony Hopkins and somebody else. I ain't see the whole thing. It's like the first 20 minutes. So I can't vouch.
Yeah, because I was about to ask.
I can't vouch for the movie.
Thanks.
But it's Anthony Hopkins in it, so it's like it's got to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it got to be decent. Yeah.
But it's him another pope, and I guess they're like voting for who should take over. And he's saying, I never wanted leadership. I never wanted that. I don't want a title. And the other guy leans over and says, and that's exactly why you're supposed to have it.
Dang.
You know what I mean? He's like, that's why we need you to lead, because you're not here to try to.
And you know, and my bad, cut you off.
You good.
So I guess this subject is gonna be about identity. That's what we're doing right now.
Probably.
Okay.
We had notes, but they out the window.
Yeah. So I think when it comes to identity, there were titles that I was already carrying, right? I come from a background as a drug addict, thief, all types of other things that people have called me, you know.
JB was a drug dealer, so this is reconciliation.
This is great.
Man, come on.
So, you know, all these labels
Sorry, I said was.
that
Go
get
ahead.
tossed on you through our life. You got some more in the trunk, right?
Man, I'm about to spit this water all over this. My bad. I held it in though.
But I think the issue is identity. The world will tell you who you are. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be thug, thought, drug dealer, drug addict, or whatnot, and we'll claim that. And I think I claimed those things for so long. Now that life has changed and I see that God told me something different, I was still questioning it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Do I
know
believe
better.
what God said?
Do I
about me?
believe what he said? Because he didn't say I was any of that.
Yeah.
He told me that I was made in his image. So if that's the case, I'm definitely not none of that. I wasn't made to be any of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just getting it from your heart to your head.
Yeah.
That, you know, you were made for greater things, but
Well, I mean, yeah,
I don't got it all the way down yet.
it's identity, but going back to authenticity, because like I always tell people the two biggest questions you can ever ask is Jesus who he said he is, and can you trust his book?
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And so, you know, and people go to, can you trust where it came from? But like in another sense to what you said, like, do I believe the words that are said in here about me?
Yeah.
Do I when God says I'm valuable and worth it, am I going to call him a liar about how much I believe that? You know what I mean? And that's, you know what I'm saying?
That's essentially what you're doing.
It is what you're doing,
It
but it's
sounds
like
terrible though.
It sounds terrible when you say it that way, but I think God's patience with us
Yeah.
is like he understands
Yeah.
all of the lies that we're always trying to unravel, because we're constantly being inundated and flooded in culture with lies and esteem things, and you only matter if you have this much, or smash this many chicks, or had this much money, and like all of that stuff. Like I'm constantly fighting against dang, I thought by this age I'd be making this much money, and I wouldn't have to tell my kids no to this trip. I thought I'd be able to just stroke a check. Man, I'm not as good as my friend over here because they can't. I'm still fighting that stuff because I'm like, I believe that over what God said about, but you're a great father.
And what's whack
You know what I
about
mean?
that is that's kind of like saying I need accessories to be somebody.
Dang, that's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's good, bro.
So, because a lot of time in this culture, we measure who we are based on our monetary value,
Right.
The money that we bring to the table.
Right.
But I like to stop and ask other people, and I got to ask myself this as well. If money didn't exist, how would you gauge your value? What would you base your value off of?
It's a good question.
You got to answer.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I think it's who you are and who you're becoming. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what are you measuring that against? You measuring that against what other people are becoming, or the one who made you in the first place?
There you go. Because he doesn't change.
He doesn't change.
But the standards of the world changes constantly. Trends change constantly. So people are out here trying to keep up with a moving target all the time.
By the time you hit that, it's something else.
Something else.
Right. And it depends on what your standard is. Like whatever
you have to have
whatever your standard is. So
Yeah.
if your measurement is money, you know what I mean, then you're gonna always be trying to keep up.
Yep.
Like you'll never make enough.
It's a carrot you never catch.
You can be comfortable, but you're never gonna make enough money.
Yeah, what Rockefeller said is how much is enough? He said just a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll never make enough. So a lot of it's based on your standard. So if your standard is if your standard is Christ, then you'll be able to measure that. But if you're constantly trying to measure up to this person, that person, this person's standards, you're gonna always come up short.
Absolutely.
Always come up short. And even when it comes to the ministry piece, like you're gonna always come up short, especially even if you have your own standards.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this, or I don't pray like this person does. I don't have a good understanding of the Bible like this person does.
Yeah.
And so when you do that, you know what? I really ain't ready for that. I'm not ready for that title. But at the end of the day, you are really ready for the title. But it's about now, once you get it, what do you do with it and how do you handle it? You know, I think, like you said, a lot of people get a title, man, they just go overboard.
Yeah, they go nuts with it. Because they feel like they got to meet their standards.
That tells what's in their heart too, though.
Yes.
That tells what's in your heart.
Yeah.
Because if you a terrible person, broke, when you get money, it's going to amplify that.
Yeah, man.
If you're a good person, it'll amplify that. You can do those things that was in your heart to do for people. Otherwise, if you are a narcissistic person, how can I win? How can I, you feel what I'm saying? There's so many people who are so poor that all they have is money.
Yeah, man.
And it's much more to life, things, family. It's much more to things than just that green piece of paper.
Yeah, man, opportunity and exposure and all of that, like I said, just amplifies who you are. I was listening on the way here, like a clip of a show, and they were talking about some artists that, y'all know their names, but like they having a little Twitter war or whatever, right? Going back and forth, X war, whatever. It's not Twitter.
It's X.
So does that make them X-Men? Let's go.
Good night, everybody. All right. Glad y'all came.
Yeah.
But now they was going back and forth, and it was like, I hate to see this, man, we supposed to be mature, and da-da-da-da. But I'm like, have y'all listened to their music? Like, you can't expect people to make childish music to act like mature adults.
Dang, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like, their music is just, I mean, they grown, they should be mature, but everything about them is starting this.
It's double-minded, bro.
But you expect when stuff go down that they gonna act like mature adults?
Nah.
Like, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The music they made, that's who they are. So like, it's like, and if they're putting on a face that's not who they are, they're lying and that's who they are.
Absolutely.
So like, the opportunity I have is getting magnified in front of everybody to be messy and all that. That's what I thought about when you said that. When you said that about it's just going to amplify the situation. Like it just puts out there who you are. So like the biggest question is not the title you have, not the money you have, but who are you becoming?
Yes.
And what's your goal for who you're becoming? Because if who I'm becoming is just to be a successful businessman and follow after this guy, or just to have this type of relationship, or just to have this type of car, or be like whatever. Like when that stuff doesn't matter anymore, and you get it.
Yeah.
Then what, right?
Then what?
When you reach the goal and it doesn't fulfill the hole in your soul, then what?
What's next?
What's next? Now you got
A lot of rich people want to kill themselves because of that crossroads.
If that was the goal, man, like you wouldn't have anybody jumping out of buildings when the stock market changes.
That's a fact.
So like something is woefully missing in what we think life is.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna look at it, like I'm not gonna look to the universe, this inanimate thing that's just, active. I'm not gonna look to material things. I'm gonna look to the one who made it in the first place.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I want the manufacturer.
At least investigate, is there a maker out there before I put my heart somewhere else? Because at least do an honest investigation about that and ask the real existential questions about what that
That's
is.
a fact. If something broken on your car, you're not gonna bring it to the refrigerator shop. You know what I'm saying? I need to take it to who made this.
With a manual out.
And again, if you don't believe that there's a maker at that point, you have to ask that question. Like, why does this work like this? And people do ask that question. Like, why am I here? What you have to ask, what made me like this?
Why is everybody still asking that question as much as we've tried to eliminate God from the picture? We're still asking the same question. Like, why am I here? Why do I matter? Like if the answer was all these other things, we wouldn't be asking the question over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? There was a point made about, well, if God is good and why is evil there? We're like, yeah, well, if there's evil, then there must be good. Absolutely. Well, yeah, if there's good, there must be a moral law that we base evil and good off of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense, right and wrong. But if there's a moral law, there's got to be a moral lawgiver for the moral law to make sense.
Somebody set it in place.
Right. But if there's no moral lawgiver, there's no moral law. If there's no moral law, there's no good. There's no good, there's no evil. What are you complaining about?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it all goes back to here, but we want to get there without this.
Absolutely.
And that's just not how it works, man. So like, but yeah, I think this is the last thing, man. Like you said, we're attracted to drama a while ago, right? Like these are the clips that go out there. It's funny, man. Like we did the episode with Katie Collette from the news, man. Shout out Katie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the piece where it's like, we try to put good news out there. She's a news anchor, if you missed the episode. We try to put good news out there. And you know, we put the bad news up front, our ratings sky high. We switch to the good news, everybody changes the channel.
There's a term in media, if it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah. So you look at everything that goes viral a lot of times. There are positive clips that go viral because people are hungry for it.
Yeah.
But the stuff that's mainly in our feeds, right? It's negative stuff, negative relationships, crazy pastors.
We got addiction to it, man.
Right, and we're stuck, and we can't turn, it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. You're like, wow, let me see how bad this gets. And I think that's how we feel about our inauthentic lives. Like we're like, man, this drama's here. There's so much good. There's so much stuff happening.
Right. Yeah.
But I can't turn away from the bad stuff, even in my life.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? I can't turn away from what happened to me. I can't turn away from where I feel like I'm failing. I can't turn away. And we have to, and since that's natural for us, and apparently it's not good, maybe what we're naturally drawn to isn't the right thing. Maybe there's got to be an intentionality to something.
You have the attention.
I have to intentionally say, let me look, let me set my scripture, let me set my mind on things above.
And I think the
purpose,
key to it is, you just said it, it's what we're naturally, nature. Like that's not being spirit led. You know, you like that?
That'll preach, man.
Can I get that organ? Can I get that?
Hey, put some in post. Put some organ up for it. Put the table over like Jesus.
That was good.
But that's, you know, if we're doing it based off of our nature, our flesh, then that's what's going to drive us.
Yeah.
But if we're driven by the Spirit, you know,
it's we have a desire, back to the not wanting to be inauthentic with the minister thing. We have a desire for authenticity, and we're disgusted by inauthenticity.
Yeah.
But we're also drawn to the drama and the inauthentic the whole time. Like,
absolutely.
Look at your playlists, look at your movies, look at your conversations. You're drawn to the drama, but something in you's crying out for something better at the same time.
Absolutely.
And that's what's interesting. And which one you letting lead. So that's really cool, man. Well, I don't know. I don't have any solutions, but I feel like I want to leave it down the cliffhanger. How much time was it? 30 minutes?
all right on time.
You're killing it, boy. So we're gonna leave it there, man. But the bottom line, the winner, the thing to remember here is God is calling us to something greater than what we're naturally drawn to. The drama of this culture, the inauthenticity, the stuff that we know isn't good for our soul, that we somehow surround ourselves with, listen to, and allow.
Yeah.
We gotta chase something different. And that answer for me is Christ and his gospel.
Me too.
If that's not your answer right now today, you already know this negative stuff you pull towards is not helpful for you. Find a better metric to lean towards. Find something, a mentor, some motivational speaking, some better music that's not talking about killing and dots and all that crap. Find something that you can lean into that's going to give you a better metric because we just need something better out here.
We do, man.
We need something better out here, man. Episode 1 in the books, man. Well, this may be episode 1. This episode's in the books.
Yeah, this is
Appreciate
an episode.
Click all the things, follow the Legend Podcast and all the socials.
Sure.
Shout out Josh for making it happen. See you next time.
Yeah.
Hey man, thank you so much for watching this episode. Do me a favor. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Go to the show notes, do all the things, and let us know what you're feeling because we'd love to hear from you. Appreciate you.